We've got this cool scroll in Blender, and when we go ahead and look at it, furling and unfurling, looks all well and good, but when we look at it from above, oh no, we don't seem to have anything on the inside of the scroll. Well, if we go back and look at Blender, we may recall that this is simply a plane. It's a two-dimensional item and that does not have two sides. So that's a big problem. And that means I've got to redo all sorts of stuff. However, there are a few shortcuts we can take. So let's take a few minutes to look at how we can fairly quickly redo some of this. First things first, I'm only interested in some of these items. So I'm going to get rid of the handles and all those items. But all of these other planes, I do want to have visible again. I'm going to be redoing some things on them. So one problem, first of all, is that I have different scale. Well, that's because previously I had parented this piece of parchment to the scroll. So for the moment, I will do an Alt-P and I will clear parenting. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, there's a few ways to get at this, but I need to turn this into a three-dimensional object. So I think what I'm going to do is select everything, making sure that scroll number one, we'll call that my main scroll, is the one that is active. Then I'm going to go to my modifiers, and I will add a solidify modifier, which is under generate. And we can see that I've now added some thickness. I might take that down a bit. And then rather than going through and putting the modifier on every individual one, I will do a Ctrl L and I will copy all of the modifiers. And now we can see those modifiers are attempting to apply to all of the scrolls. If I do a Ctrl A, I should be able to apply all of the modifiers by using visual geometry to mesh. Now if I go through each item, we will see that there are no modifiers, but they do appear to have the geometry in question. If I go ahead and I hide most of these guys, we'll see that I don't seem to have my fireball appropriately placed. So I'm just going to, in this case, I'm going to use scroll 11 since it's unfurled, and placing the fireball is going to be easier to do if it's open. I'm going to go ahead and look at the materials. Now I did take the liberty of creating a different material, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that one instead. And for the base color, I will go ahead and find my image texture. We'll go ahead and open it. Not how I want it done or how I want it placed. So let's take a look at that. I'll go to UV editing. I'm going to change this to material preview. Over here, I'm going to press A to select all. Just to be certain, I'm going to push assign to make sure that the material is assigned to the scroll, although it looked like it already was. On the left-hand panel, if I go ahead and I grab things and start moving them around, we can see that I can get this lined up possibly how I want. But that said, there's some issues there. That's not quite what I'm looking for. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up a little bit so that I can have islands that I can move around. So I'm going to create some seams. But being in edge select mode, I'm going to zoom in just a bit and I'm going to hold down Alt L to get an edge selected. And then I'm going to just right click and mark a seam. And I'm going to do the same thing in multiple other spots. Alt L, right click, mark a seam. Here in the middle where I think I might also want my own seam, I'll just go ahead and hold down Control and click, or Shift and click. Either one will allow me to select the edges. They just function in a slightly different way. Same thing. I think a minute ago I said Alt L and it was just Alt click. If I misspoke, my apologies. Now with that done, I'm going to tab back into edit mode. I'm going to select all, and let's take a look at unwrapping the UV now that I have some seams. So I'll just go up to UV, I will unwrap. So with UV unwrapping, sometimes there's some trial and error. So what I'm doing now, or what I've just done, is I went to UV, I went to unwrap, and in this case, I selected the cube projection. and it gave me this. Well, that seems to be close to what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these faces. I'm going to move them out of the way a little bit. Let's get these edges up and out of the way somewhere. And in fact, I might actually rotate them and move them over here somewhere. I'll reselect these faces. I'm going to grab them and move them so that the fireball ends up roughly where I would like it. And then I'm going to scale until I get this looking kind of like I would like. So I'm going to scale it. I'm going to push S and X to scale it down from side to side. I'm going to scale it up a bit on Y, the up and down, just to get that fireball a little more proportional, so that we get something like this. I see I've got some fireball showing in a few other spots, so let's actually take a look at that. Because this is parchment, I don't have to be precise in everything. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'll go into X-ray mode, and I will select through any of those faces, and maybe I'll just cheat those up a little bit. Do the same thing on the opposite side, and make sure that that still looks fairly natural. So having done that and taken the time to apply this UV map to this item, I don't want to do it individually for everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make all these items active. I'll go ahead and select all of them, making sure that the scroll is the active item. And then what I can do is I can push Ctrl L and I can copy the UV maps. And if we go through and choose some of these other items and tab into them, we can see that the UV maps are applied. Now, the thing is, we can also do that with materials. So if I go ahead and Control L again, I should be able to link materials. And now if we go through this and look at some of the other scrolls, we'll see that that material is applied in the same way to each of the items in question. So I've pretty much fixed the problem other than having to go back and redo my shape keys so that I have my animation back. That's something I can do separately, or maybe I'll do that as a separate video. But the point is, I was able to relatively quickly and fairly painlessly fix that mistake. And now if I go ahead and redo this, and now if I go ahead and apply the shape keys and animations as I had, I should be able to export this as an FBX and bring it into Unity and have it looking the way that it should.